I'm Cara Vorderman and welcome to Thursday's Perfect 10, the daily quiz which is full of riddles, puzzles and brain teasers to get your mind sweating every single day of the week. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in just 10 minutes. Yes, as always, I have 10 perfect questions to educate, to entertain and to irritate you today. 10 points on offer today and every day this week. So by the end of the week, you will have a total score out of a potential 50 points. If you've missed any of our shows this week, why not go back, catch up before taking on Thursday's episode. And don't forget to head on over to perfect10.uk to sign up to our newsletter. We'll be sending all of our Perfect Teners who sign up exclusive content, questions and competitions. So then you don't miss out on anything. We're a growing band, we really are. Right, yesterday I left you with an anagram. I asked, which building can be found in loonies far up Thames? As in the river. And believe it or not, you're allowed to laugh. The answer is Houses of Parliament. No comment. Well done if you got that right, but no points, I'm afraid, for our anagrams. They're just a little bit of homework to take you from one show to another and have a little bit of a laugh as well. Right, let's get started with the real questions, shall we? 10 questions with 10 points up for grabs today. Here they are. Question 1. Your starter for a perfect 10. If you had chronophobia, that's CHRONO phobia, what would you be afraid of? Don't take too long with this one because the next question is coming right up, but you can pause if you want to. Question 2 is hearsay. You're about to hear some sounds which relate to a well-known phrase or saying. So which phrase is hidden here?
That's it. Reel it in. You got it. Now that's a finned and gilled creature out of its natural habitat.
Hearsay, say what you hear, and you won't go far wrong. Question 3 now. Time for Carol lateral thinking. See if you can solve this little maths problem. How many seconds are there in a fortnight? Some big numbers here, but don't be put off. It's just a bit of simple maths. You're allowed to use a calculator if you want, or a pen and a piece of paper. We'll move on to round 4, because now it's time to put your memory to the test. So listen up and listen good. A question to follow this clip.
Alright, so I've had a look at your car and there's quite a lot of work that needs to be done. Both lights will need replacement at the back. Since this is a 2012 model, I'll have to order them in specially. Should take 4 or 5 days for them to come in. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to replace the back left door panel as well. The scratches are just too deep to buff out. Now, it's not going to be cheap. You're looking at 650 quid plus VAT, but if you want it done this week, I can put it through as a rush job and get back to you this Thursday lunch. That's going to cost you extra though. I've got a 2017 Corsa coming in at 3 p.m, so I'll leave you to think about it. Give me a call before 5 p.m. and let me know.
Well, that sounds like an expensive trip to the garage, but my question is, which door panel needs replacing? The answer was there in the clip, but can you remember it? As always, I'll give you the answers after today's final question. Moving on, it's time to get frivolous, familiar and fun with the 3 Fs. Our next 3 questions, all about everyday subjects, observation and common knowledge. So here is question 5. Virgin Cars, Virgin Cola and Virgin V are all failed ventures from which entrepreneur? They can't win at everything, but who is responsible for those 3 flops? Question 6 next. Which sign of the zodiac is represented by a ram? Question 7 is this. Which TV cop was known for sucking lollipops? Question 8, as always, it's 1 in, 1 out. I'll give you a word and ask you to either remove or swap a letter to make a new word. You got it? Here's the question. Which letter can you change in the word charm, CHARM, to get a deep hole in the earth? Right, when you're ready, let's move on to question 9, and we call this round I know this, because with a bit of thought you should be able to get the answer, even if you can't grab it at first. Just keep thinking on it. Which is the only European country with an X in its name? I know you know this. With enough time, you have the answer, I promise you. Well, it is nearly time now to let your brain cool down, as it's question 10 and time for our daily riddle. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will the day after tomorrow be? And that's today's 10 questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And if you want to entertain, educate, and irritate me, send me your puzzles to @Perfect10Carol on Insta and Facebook. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in just 10 minutes. But did you score a perfect 10 today? Let's hear the answers. Question 1 we started with. If you had chronophobia, what would you be afraid of? And the answer is you'd be afraid of time or the passing of time. But do not worry if you do have chronophobia, because as we always say, 10 minutes is all you need to feel 10 times smarter here on Perfect 10. Question 2 was hearsay. I asked which phrase was hidden in these sounds.
That's it. Reel it in. Reel it in. You got it. Now that's a finned and gilded...
Hearsay, say what you hear. The answer was a fish out of water. Of course it was. What else could it be? Well done if you got that right. Really well done. Question 3 was this. How many seconds are there in a fortnight? Well, the answer is 1,209,600. If you can work out the number of seconds in an hour, you can work out the number of seconds in a day, the number of seconds in a week, and then all you have to do is multiply that by the number 2. It's simple, but the act of working through the problem is like giving your brain a good workout on the treadmill. It really is. So it is worth doing every now and again. Question 4, our memory question, where we found ourselves at a garage. The question was, which door panel needs replacing? The answer I was looking for was the back left door panel. Into our run of the 3 Fs now. Question 5 was, Virgin Cars, Virgin Cola and Virgin V are all failed ventures from which entrepreneur? And the answer was, I think the word Virgin gave it away, Richard Branson. When he's not running his Virgin empire, Branson is a keen record breaker. In fact, he has held several world records. In 1986, Branson set a record for a powerboat crossing of the Atlantic Ocean. In 1987, he was a member of the first team to cross the Atlantic Ocean in a hot air balloon. The same team would then go on to become the first to cross the Pacific Ocean in 1991 in a balloon, can you imagine? He also attempted to fly around the world in hot air balloons on several unsuccessful attempts. Question 6. Which sign of the zodiac is represented by a ram? And the answer is, I'm sure lots of you got this right, Aries. The name Aries is derived from the Greek god of war, Ares, A-R-E-S. He is described as murderous, bloodthirsty, the incarnate curse of mortals, and strangely, also as a coward. Think of that next time you bump into a ram. Question 7. Which TV cop was known for sucking lollipops? And the answer is Kojak. Well, that character, Kojak, was played by the brilliant actor Telly Savalas. But apparently the whole lollipop thing came from the fact that Telly Savalas was trying to quit smoking. So they wrote the lollipops into the storyline so then he would smoke less on set while he was filming because he could grab a lollipop instead. Simple way out of things. Question 8 was 1 in, 1 out. Which letter can you change in the word charm to get a deep hole in the earth? Well, if you change the letter R for the letter S, you get the word chasm, C-H-A-S-M. Question 9 was, I know this. Which is the only European country with an X in its name? And the answer is Luxembourg. If you're a regular listener, you might remember a question about another X country a few weeks ago. Believe it or not, those are the only 2 countries with an X in their name in the whole world. I won't spoil the answer for you to the other question in case you haven't played it yet, though. And finally, question 10. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will the day after tomorrow be? Well, the answer is it will be the 27th, as today is the 25th. And there you have it. Did you score a perfect 10? Let me know in the comments and on social media. And remember to subscribe, please, to our podcast so you don't miss out on any of our shows. Follow us on social channels by searching for @Perfect10Carol, where we have loads of bonus content and questions and competitions, which you won't find here on the podcast. I will be back tomorrow with 10 more questions. But before I say goodbye, as ever, I will leave you with today's anagram. Which British genius is an anagram of A, knight's nephew? A, the letter A, knight's, KNIGHTS, nephew, NEPHEW. Join us tomorrow for the answer to that and 10 more tricky puzzles and riddles designed to educate, to entertain, and to irritate you. I'm Carol Vorderman. That was my perfect 10. I hope you have a perfect day.